Hey ladies, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is your daily dose of truth, no fluff, no filters, so let's dive in. Currently, I think it's currently, the government is offering $5,000 for women to have children. They're only giving the $5,000 to women who have given birth, not while you're pregnant, not when you instantly get pregnant, but after you give birth, which is very funny to me because this administration pride themselves in, abortion laws and saying that a fetus is already a human being. So why not give the $5,000 to the women once she actually gets pregnant? I digress. And also, don't we have enough shit to worry about? You need more slaves, so you're encouraging women to have children. Don't we have enough to worry about? The planet is going to hell. But what they're worried about is the birth rate plummeting. So trigger warning, because after the first couple of videos, I dive into the abuse in the foster care system. I dive in and show parents treating their children. So if you, I guess, don't want to get into that, that's totally fine. That's kind of like in the middle of the video. The second half is a little bit more, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started.
Have a baby, get $5,000. That's an idea being floated around here in Washington, D.C. We're talking about the Trump administration. You may have seen a viral New York Times article that just came out. A lot of people are talking about it. The White House wants to increase the birth rate in this country, which has been on the steady decline for years now. And they're coming up with ideas and trying to give people an incentive to have more kids, okay? So we're talking about maybe reserving scholarships like the Fulbright program and giving some of those to people who are married or have children. Also, government-funded programs that would educate women on their menstrual cycle so they know when they're ovulating so they can have kids. Another one would create a National Motherhood Award, a medal to mothers who have 6 kids or more. But this is the kicker, what everyone is talking about, a $5,000 bonus for having a baby. Now, the White House thinks this idea may, encourage more people to have more kids and increase the birth rate for the future of this country. But a lot of people say that's just not enough. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Did y'all see that the government is thinking about giving us a $5,000 incentive to have a baby? 5,000 whole dollars? That is just so great because like daycare is around $40,000 a year, right? They didn't say anything about maternity leave or like women's health care or women's reproductive health or anything like that. But we'll give you 5 stacks if you have a baby. Please kiss our asses.
Hey, we really want people to have babies, so we're gonna give you $5,000 if you have one. Okay, cool. So if I send you a positive pregnancy test, you just send me $5 grand? Well, no, you have to like have a baby. What do you mean? There's a fetus right here. We're not paying you yet. The fetus isn't a baby. Yeah, we've been saying that.
The number of American women having children has been trending downward for decades, and now the White House is floating ideas for how to change that. One proposal includes a $5,000 so-called baby bonus to every mother after delivery.
So birth rates have actually been dropping across the world for a long time and for various different reasons that you can imagine, but we'll just focus on the U.S. down here. So back in the 1950s, the so-called baby boomer era, of which I was one, the birth rate peaked at about 3.7 children per family. I was born right over here, was a little over 3 then. We had 3 kids in my family. That was pretty typical. But then it's come down, 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 and now we're sitting down here at 1.6. 1.6 is well below what we call the replacement rate, the number of kids a mother has to have in order simply to keep our population stable, let alone growing. And of course, keeping our population growing is really important because otherwise you have fewer and fewer working people supporting more and more people who are elderly, and that raises all kinds of fiscal and budgetary and cost issues for the economy and for the government. So on present course and speed, without any immigration, our population would peak very, very soon in the next 10 or so years, around 2038. And then it would continue to decline, and it'll go from 330 million now down to 294 million. The difference would, in a normal world, be made up with immigration. Allow about this many people to immigrate. Roughly about 900,000 people a year is the average. And so if you assume that the average of 900,000 continues, our population grows slowly to 366 million. And this is where you get into the whole question of immigration, and we know this administration has a different policy on immigration, which is part of why they're talking about things like these $5,000 credits to try to get parents to have more kids.
To what degree can the government effectively encourage them to have more children through paid family leave or through improving housing prospects? To what degree is this within the control of the government to do something about?
The $5,000 is not going to solve this problem. It's a lot of money for some families, but relative to all this other stuff, are they really going to go have kids for $5,000? My own view is the only way to really solve this problem is to attack these kinds of issues. We have to make people feel like they have the financial ability to afford a kid, or otherwise they're just going to say, I can't do that. And so these are mega challenges that require big changes in government policy, lots of initiatives, not simply $5,000. And at the moment, there does not seem to be any real impetus for doing that down in Washington.
Everybody should look forward to that $5,000 bonus from Trump.
Why do you think that?
If they're planning to give new mothers $5,000 for having babies, more babies will be born and people can fund their future.
How much do you think it costs to birth a child in a hospital?
Maybe $1,500?
It's $30,000 on average.
Sweet mother of pearl! What about raising the child?
And it's about $400,000 to raise a child from 0 to 18.
But our birth rate's declining. We have to get it up. I just can't understand why Gen Z refuses to have
How
kids.
many times are we going to have the same conversation of having
What
people
happened to
have
Gen
more kids
Z
in
and
a country where nobody's making any money to have
People
kids?
don't have money to have kids because Gen Z is lazy and doesn't want to work. This has nothing to do with overinflated prices in the
Gen
state
Z
of America.
millennials are still living with their parents. Some of Gen X had to move back in with their
And their
parents.
parents
People
should have been
are
rich
losing
like
jobs. There's no
mine.
economic stability, and right now we're talking about having kids.
Yes, because I'm focused on what other people do and live their life unless they need help from me. To do what I say while also not listening to what they need. At least they're getting $5,000.
That measly $5,000 is going to put people $5,000 in debt just by birthing the kid alone.
Why would they offer the money if they know it's not going to actually help anybody? Can't people just make it
Yeah,
work?
if you're fortunate to have a supportive family where everyone's pitching in together, otherwise you may just end up homeless.
Billionaires say they need our help filling up their factory.
You make 40K!
And I'll gladly give it all that gets to that. Foster Care 2025. Women need to go back and make money. Sorry, women.
Please tell me y'all have connected the dots on why the government wants us to have kids so bad. But if you haven't, that's totally okay. That's what I'm here for. This chart shows the birth rate by family income in the United States. The folks that have the least amount of money tend to be the ones having the most children. In the US, this tends to stem from the fact that people who make less don't have the proper access to affordable health care or family planning services or even birth control. Now, just simple girl math here. Now, the average salary that a person is paid in America is around $60,000, but the average salary to live comfortably can range from $100,000 and upwards depending on the more kids that you have. But if you don't come from money, it is going to be really, really hard for you to make money and then support yourself, which means you will be a worker bee. Worker bees make the economy boom. Bingo. Just said the quiet part out loud. The government needs workers desperately to do the jobs that nobody wants to do, but they don't want to pay. And they also don't want immigrants doing it. So the next best thing is to force people to have kids.
So this is the second part of the video, trigger warning. While the government is trying to force you to have children, I'm going to open your eyes to some things that are actually going on to like certain communities and to some children in the foster care system. So one thing that we don't really talk about enough, right, is how a lot of children in the foster care system actually get trafficked. Right, we have some foster carers, they even bring children back to abusers. They know the child is being raped, they know the child is being abused, but they bring the child back over and over again to that parent, to that household, right? So, and we also don't talk enough about the mental health of a lot of parents. I mean, $5,000 is not enough to raise a child. We know it takes at least $300,000 if you want to give your child a good life, $300,000 to raise a child, right? That's like bare minimum to raise a child. And we also know daycare is very expensive. We know people are not making enough. So when you combine all of that to someone who's just trying to make ends meet, something's going to break, right? Something's going to snap and the child will end up paying for that. We are paying for therapy. I feel like therapy, it's not that it should be free, it's just like there should be better resources in order for you to get therapy, because it is somebody sitting down and listening to you and helping you, right? So they should get paid, but the government should provide better resources, especially for parents. You're asking someone to give up such a huge portion of their lives to take care of somebody else. And I just think some people should not be having children at all. I mean, from the minute they were young, you could tell that this person is going to be a horrible parent, right? So when you're encouraging people to have children, people who are already abusers, people who are already grifters, people who know they don't want kids, they know they hate children, those people are going to say, this is a perfect money grab opportunity for me. I mean, you're gonna have people popping out 5, 7 kids and can barely take care of them. So it's very dangerous what they're doing. It's supposed to be helping the economy. We have to take care of the older generation, but at what cost? The sacrifices that the younger generation have to make, it's just the math is not mathing. So let's go ahead and get started on those
She
videos.
should have been in jail a long time ago. There wasn't one person that was not aware of this young lady being a dangerous mother.
A 7-year-old girl died from abuse, and the calls for help went unanswered. This is the heartbreaking story of Nia Williams. On April 28, 2025, just after 8 p.m., police in Riviera Beach, Florida, responded to a 911 call. A child was unresponsive. That child was Nia. She was rushed to the hospital, but she didn't make it. Doctors say she died from blunt force trauma to her abdomen, a lacerated liver, and internal bleeding, and the medical examiner called it what it was: homicide. But here's the part that makes your blood boil. This wasn't sudden. This was years in the making. From 2021 to 2023, Nia and her siblings had been taken in multiple times by other caregivers. And every time she was returned, she came back bruised, underweight, and emotionally shut down. She told them she was being stomped on, beaten with belts, metal pipes, even heels. The caregivers reported it to DCF over and over again. One said, "I fought to get that baby out of there." And she wasn't alone. School staff, nurses, all raised red flags.
Just so for the record, y'all putting her back in their custody? Yes. Okay. And you can go up and do a petition. I heard that. I can comprehend very well. I just want to make sure that this child is acting like this. She has been raped. She has been molested. They have... Her rapist is no longer in the home. Doesn't matter. She was raped in her custody. The home... And I reported that rapist. She did not. The mother did not. I reported that rapist. And I am in court documents and I'm on that release. So it does not matter. So for the record, she was raped in her care. For the record, legally, she was raped in her custody. She was raped in her custody, correct? Correct. She had a gun pulled on her Friday in her custody, correct? Okay. Four children broke into her home, beat her up, jumped her, and y'all are putting her back in the home. So that's clear, right? Correct? Correct. All right. That's all I need to know.
So you mean to tell me that a neglectful mother like this, who allows her daughter to be sexually, physically, mentally, and emotionally targeted, can just have custody? Y'all, she pulled a weapon, a little, thing out on her with ammunition in it and was about to unalive her. CPS obviously doesn't care. They're not there to protect kids. They take kids from good homes and put them in terrible homes to traumatize them. The mother could have unalived that girl. Y'all do know she has a firearm. And nobody cared to say, hey, this is a dangerous situation for the child. Let's remove her because this is our job. They don't care about the kids at all. Anybody that will tell you their story about being a foster care, they'll tell you every house they went to got worse and worse. They always were targeted for traumatizing situations. They were victimized and a whole bunch of other things. This daughter has already been through a lot and she has to go back and deal with more. Y'all need to protect y'all kids. If you know the person that you are laying up with is not going to be somebody that you're going to get married to, don't have no kids with them. That mother, one of the most disgusting human beings I've ever heard of. I'm a single mother and I always protect mine. It's a no. Having men in and out, having people in and out. That girl got attacked by 4 different kids. And the mother just stood there, probably was getting drunk and whatever else, shooting up, whatever she had going on. And obviously they're not going to drug test the mother. They just want to say, you know what, let's send her right back. We don't care. You know, she's not, you know, she's not unalive. So, you know, let's just send her back. You know, they don't care about these kids. A lot of people in CPS are mentally ill as well. They don't care about kids. A lot of them don't even have kids. They're not even parents. But they want to, you know, be a social worker. Don't tell me this world is not getting evil. Every day innocent kids are put in a line of fire for harm, whether it's physical, sexual, mental, and it's just sad. Trauma creates havoc in a person's life, and it always starts in the childhood. If I were the relative, I would file for emergency conservatorship and report all the people in the investigation from CPS. They didn't care that the girl had to get a rape kit done on her. These people get into these fields just so they can do evil. They don't care about this.
What's going on, buddy?
So what's going on? So earlier, my mom tried to stab Johnny and me because I don't know why she tried to do this, but I think she just went a little crazy. I don't know what she's...
Are you okay? When did this happen? It happened this morning?
Yes.
What did she try to stab you with? A knife? Where's it? Why was she doing that?
I don't know. I think she lost her memories a little bit.
Her memories a little bit?
Happened last night too.
It happened last night too?
Because she had a stroke.
She had a stroke. So she tried to stab you and John?
But it's over now, so we're fine now.
Did she actually get close to you, or?
No, she pulled me and then she tried to do it.
She tried to do it. I mean, were you inside the house when this happened?
Yes, I ran outside the house. I think it was like 10 minutes before you guys got here.
Gotcha. Does your mom do this a lot?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't do this. I think she just went crazy a little bit.
Did she try to stab John too?
She said, you guys were against the dog. That's what she said. But I'm glad I got away.
Right. Where was he when it all happened?
He didn't get stabbed yet because he went out of the house for safety because when this all happened. And then after that, I just ran out of the house.
I got his info. We got a call. He said that John came over. It was like called the police. He had a shovel. And they said that
John had the shovel.
She had something. He couldn't tell what. But John was trying to keep distance from her. He was yelling. That's all they heard. They didn't see anything physical. But that's all they heard. And he just said call the police.
So John went over there and said call the police?
He was maybe somewhere around here, but their camera didn't pick up.
Help me!
Put your knees for it.
Help me! Help me! Help me! I'm not okay, bro.
All right.
I'm not okay, bro. Sir Crenshaw, listen, bro.
On the other side and hand me the,
It wasn't me! It wasn't me!
You're making your daughter freak out, man.
It wasn't me, bro. Y'all still gonna take me.
Calm down.
How you doing, sir? No. Mary, help me! Mary, I'm going to jail! I'm going to jail, Mary!
Yeah, let's get her out of here.
Why are you doing that to her? You know what you did, man.
Don't cause a scene like that, man.
It wasn't me, bro. Hey, Super! Crenshaw, it wasn't me, bro. Crenshaw, it wasn't me.
Silence, man. Silence. Silence. You're upsetting your daughter. Stop. You're upsetting your daughter. You're upsetting her, man. Stop. Stop.
I just told you you're freaking your daughter out. I just told you that.
I know.
I just told you that. If you care about it, then you wouldn't do all of that. No.
Man, Tango.
You know, you already knew what was going on. Calm down. You got to calm down, baby. You got to calm down. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, right now, all we have is that they were behind the marathon, and he grabbed her by her hair and pulled her back in. So,
so we'll see.
I'm going to take her to the hospital.
Will you stay inside with her?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, okay, so at this point, it looks like the only thing that happened behind the marathon was she tried to get out of the truck, and he grabbed her by her hair and pulled her back in. It was hard enough to pull her braids out. Then they went from there up to the Culvers on University, and that's where he choked her.
Here, sit down right there. Leave him. Call your mom. Bye.
Bye. What are you doing? You can't leave.
mother in me, hearing the panic in that child's voice, is immediately irritated. Like, how could you hear your child clearly in distress? You don't want to knock on the door. You don't want to call the child's mother yourself. You'd rather leave the child on the mother's doorstep at almost midnight. This is borderline neglect. For all he knows, someone with bad intentions could have been watching the boy and waiting for him to drive off. Kids pop up missing every day, but you would risk it because you don't want to knock and you don't want to ring the doorbell because I guess y'all don't like each other. You don't like her. If that was my baby, you would have supervised visits from then on because I couldn't trust you to do the responsible adult thing because you're getting ready to leave a small child on a doorstep in the middle of the night. When you had a baby with that woman, who cares how you felt about her? That child came first. And the fact that you were willing to do that because you're so mad at her, you let your hatred for her trump any kind of love you had for your own child. And I'm sure he'll be the first one to label her a bitter baby mama if she wants supervised visits or she doesn't want him to see the child anymore because you're neglectful and you let your hatred trump what was best for the child.
Get the fuck back down because I'm tired of helping you do shit. I'm always helping you. When do I stop? When do I stop helping you? When do you do it yourself? Learn to do it yourself.
Some of y'all here are meant to be mothers. These be the same exact mothers that be so confused when their kids don't want a relationship with them the second they turn 18. These be the type of mothers that wanted babies. They didn't want to raise children that turned into adults one day. They did not lie when it said that some moms become their daughter's first bullies. Because this right here is not a parent that's overstimulated and frustrated. This is a parent that's just a mean ground bullying her daughter. Mind you, her daughter is disabled because of her negligence. She had the audacity to post a story time after this to say that her daughter was born at 36 weeks because they induced her due to low fetal movement. And then after her daughter was born, that she was screaming often. People were telling her to get her daughter checked out, and she said she just didn't do it. She just didn't take her daughter to the doctor and get whatever the reason she was screaming checked out. Her liver ended up failing. Her baby daughter's liver ended up failing because of this. Talking about some my daughter wasn't supposed to be here. Well, maybe your daughter wouldn't be going through half the things she's going through if he took her to the doctor like how people told you to. And now you're up here posting videos of you getting mad or frustrated with her because she has limitations physically. Because of you. Because of your negligence. Maybe if you took her to the doctor, she would be able to do the things you're trying to teach her to do.
The government cares a lot about children before they come here, and when they actually get here, these children are not getting the proper care they need from the government. It's up to you to take care of that child. You know, if you know you're not fit to have children, if you know you can't handle it, if you have a slight thought in your head like, I don't think this is for me, don't do it. Don't bring a child into the world hoping that you finally get the hang of being a parent or you finally want one. It's not fair to the child. And honestly, it's not even fair to you. You can take that money, you can enjoy your life, you can build a community. I tell people this all the time: build a community, volunteer somewhere, live your life. If you know for a fact that this is not the right move for you, then don't do it. What a lot of people don't tell you, which I'm going to post a video on, is mothers coming out and telling the world that they did not know all those side effects could happen during pregnancy. Losing your eyesight, losing your hearing, getting cancer, losing your teeth. Some people lose some of it, some people lose all of it. There's a lot that goes on into having children and the process of giving birth as well. They're not going to tell you because they know if you knew all of it, you would never choose to have children as a woman. Now, as a man, if you know for a fact that having kids is not in the cards for you, don't do it. But a lot of men think they are owed a child because patriarchy told them that they're supposed to be a father. Women are having 3 girls, but they're still getting pregnant because patriarchy told them they need to have a son. If not, they're not a woman. If not, their husband is not going to be happy. Their husband deserves a son. As if being a freaking woman is, I don't know, I don't even know what word to put with it, because isn't the person that's giving birth a woman? So how come him having women children, not it just doesn't add up to me. But anyways, I'm not going to ramble too much. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, sit with it. I post in the morning, I post in the afternoon. I'll see you guys in the next one.